Well, it's been a couple of weeks since my last video, my last post, and I should let you know what's going on here. It has been a wild 2 weeks. So let's just go back to where I left off. I left home on the big trip, and the first stop was planned to be in Columbia, Missouri, and the second stop in Omaha, Nebraska. So there was some flooding 2 weeks ago, and GPS routed me on a northerly route, so I was going to miss Columbia, Missouri, and head up across Illinois and Iowa, which I did. Was full of adrenaline on that first day, so I kept driving. I went a lot further than I intended to, and I actually made it all the way to Omaha, Nebraska the first day. It was just north of Omaha, Nebraska, and sleeping in my trailer that night for the first night. And somewhere around 1 o'clock in the morning, my phone started beeping with tornado warnings. And I looked at my phone each time, and it said the tornado warnings were for Harrison County. Well, there's a Harrison County in Indiana, just north of Louisville, and I just assumed that those tornado warnings were for Harrison County, Indiana, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to them. But about 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a tornado siren. I looked at my phone and thought, what's going on here? And I realized I was in Harrison County, Iowa, just north of Omaha, Nebraska, and the tornado warnings were for me. So I looked at the radar on my iPhone, and I saw that there was a tornado heading right for me. And I thought, the last place I want to be in a tornado is in my trailer. So I got out, got in my truck, sat for a minute, and thought, I should just go on and get out of here. I think I can get out of the path of the tornado before it hits. And my truck wouldn't start. On the dash, it said engine management malfunction. And no matter what I did, I could not get the truck to start. I had electricity, I had a lot of strange noises, but the engine wouldn't start. And the tornado came. Tornado came past a very small tornado, but a tornado nonetheless. It passed about 50 yards in front of me. When I saw it coming, I had nowhere to go, so I put my seatbelt on. I thought, well, if the truck gets blown around, at least I'll stay in the truck, and put my cell phone in my pocket so I could call for help, so I would have my phone with me and wouldn't lose it. But no harm was done there. The tornado came right in front of me across the parking lot. I could see transformers blowing up. All the power went out. The power was out for hours and hours and hours. But after the tornado passed, I used my cell phone to call AAA and had my truck towed back to Omaha, Nebraska. Again, I was only about 20 miles north of Omaha, which was a stroke of good luck. But good old AAA, I had to wait 7.5 hours for them to come and get me and tow me to Omaha. Got to Omaha to the Land Rover dealer, thought hopefully it's going to be something where they can just reset the electronics, do something like that, and I would be on my way. But it was like a TV show where you're in the hospital waiting for news on somebody in surgery and they die. The technician came out looking at the ground and shaking his head, and he walked over and said, "We've got to talk." I knew something bad was up. Turns out the engine is blown. When he took the bottom covers off, first I'll say when we got there in the trailer, he checked the oil. He looked at me and said, "There's no oil in your engine." And I said, "That's crazy. I just, actually on May 2nd, had the oil changed and had the vehicle serviced at Land Rover in Louisville. All of my service was done at Land Rover in Louisville, either according to schedule or ahead of schedule, and they did a complete checkout. But at any rate, he said, "You have no oil." They took it in the shop. Then he came out, like I said, kind of shaking his head, and he said when he took the covers off the bottom of the engine, the skid plates and so forth, all the oil came dumping out on his head. Poor guy. And you could see it. And he sent me pictures and showed me videos. And he said, "Your engine's blown, and it's going to take about 5 months to get a new engine." Pretty crazy stuff. 5 months. So really, major disruption. With that, I tried to rent a vehicle somewhere in Omaha to haul my trailer home, thinking I would just get home and deal with the consequences later. But all the rental car companies no longer allow you to tow a trailer with any of their rental vehicles, not their SUVs, not their trucks, nothing. They don't come with hitches, and they don't allow you to tow a trailer. So I was kind of stuck. I will say that my cousin George Zipperline was my hero. He drove all the way to Omaha from Louisville, about 750 miles, picked me up and brought me and my trailer home. I did have some other friends as well who offered to come and get me, but my cousin George was the first, and he did that, and we got home. The good news is the engine should be covered under warranty. I do have an extended warranty on the Defender. It's 3.5 years old and has 55,000 miles on it. Officially, the warranty expired at 50,000 miles, but I did get the extended warranty. So I'm, as we speak now, 2 weeks later, I'm waiting for word on that. But as I slept on it and got thinking about it, renting a vehicle for 5 months, and my warranty does not cover me for the cost of a rental vehicle. So that, plus just in total honesty, I have to say I kind of lost faith in the Defender. A new engine, I just fear that there may be issues. There may be sensors that go bad, or things that just aren't exactly like they were when they were new. And I just felt like I cannot take that vehicle on such a big trip anymore. In Alaska, for example, there are no Land Rover dealers, certainly not in the Yukon and the Northwest Territories. And had this happened up there, I would have really been stuck. I'll also add that my intention had been to keep the Defender for about 10 years and then sell it. And, I'd be a little bit older then. I thought I would buy something much more reliable, like a Toyota, so I wouldn't have those kind of issues anymore. So at any rate, thinking on it, I thought, you know what, I'm going to just go ahead and buy a new vehicle now and let the Defender be repaired. And then when I get it, I'll go ahead and sell it. So I do have a new vehicle ordered. I'm getting a Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro, extremely competent for off-road use, can still pull the trailer, can still go off-road, can still do all the things I could do with the Defender. And I actually picked that new vehicle up this coming Monday. But with timing of everything that happened, I decided to just postpone the trip. I won't be able to do it this year. My wife is retiring in August, and in September we're going to Canada, and to back this trip up would butt up against all of that. Plus I would have to do a lot more preparations and have to, become competent and comfortable with the new vehicle. So made the tough decision to cancel the trip. And that's kind of where it all stands right now. I got home and realized my cousin Sina in Germany was getting married on June 1st. I had told her I would really like to be at her wedding, and I really, truly would. And I thought, now I've got 2 months free. I can change my schedule around. So I flew to Germany. I'm in Germany right now. I'm actually sitting in the town of Kreschbach in Baden-Württemberg in Germany, just about 3 miles outside of McMühl. I always consider McMühl the town that my family came from, but to be more accurate historically, this little town, I'm going to guess it has 50 people, maybe 75 people. It's probably about the size of Temple Hill, for those of you from Glasgow or from Kentucky who may know it. This is a town, I've got to count this 8 times. This is the town my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents came from. These are the oldest relatives I have, and I know every generation from them down to me. So it's pretty wild, but I'm just sitting here enjoying the day and thought I really needed to put something up. I've been talking about this on YouTube a lot. on Facebook a lot. So many of you already know, but for those who are watching on YouTube and wonder what happened, this is what happened. So the expedition vehicle is kaput. The expedition is canceled. It broke my heart. It really broke my heart. I'm a very optimistic, happy person all the time, but on that particular day, with the vehicle dying, the tornado coming across, and the trip being canceled, that was a tough day. But I'm fine now. I'm great. I'm excited to be here in Germany. I'm excited to be picking up a new vehicle as soon as I get home, and we'll see what 2025 holds if I can make the expedition happen then. I will keep you posted. Anyway, thank you everybody for following me. I really had way more followers and way more views than I ever expected, so very cool. I'm very appreciative of it, and again, I will keep you posted.